Alright, short wait for this one. Oh, I forgot to mute the tab. Okay, so short wait for this because I just really want to play it. So first, before I even boot it up, I want to look at the achievements. OBS, window. There we go. Oh, wait, no. That's the wrong one. Steam, there we go. Sure. I hope, let me see if you can see this now. No, you can't. Not sure why. But, yeah, I'm just gonna read the achievements, so. Get your first achievement. Awarded for getting any of the other achievements as your first. Beat the game. Just beat the game. Test achievement, please ignore. Test achievement, description, replace things. Welcome back. Quit the game and start it again. Can't jump. No, seriously, we disabled it. Commitment. Play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday. Okay then. 8. Just a bunch of 8s, as their name in the description. Click on door for 35 times, bro. We're getting that the second we start. Speedrun, beat the game in under 4 minutes and 22 seconds, not including loading. Settings World Champion. Set all settings and sliders in the menu to all the wow. Don't go outside. Wait, go outside. Don't play the Stanley Parable for 10 years? What? Okay then. So 10 years of not play. Wow. You gotta be real dedicated. So like, we're doing everything in the game, and then we are not touching it for a whole decade. Okay. I guess let's I'll start it. Oh, wait. Stanley Parable. There we go. Oh. English. Confirm. Yes. Actually. Believe it or not. To, yeah, no, we going all the way up. Why? It's 11:06, so... No. Oh. Okay, 11:06. And I'll put 11:07 just because, like, 10 seconds, you know? I'll just wait. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7. Why would it need that? Okay then. This game's asking for some weird things. Hey! Settings. Wait. Getting this achievement right here. I'm gonna put this back to, I think it was 5. Walking presentation. Oh wait, it was just the sliders. Wait. 70. I don't know if I want this or this. I'll go 50. Oh. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. No, wait, borderless here. You're kidding me. I hope it counts if, like, can I just, like, do this?
This is the Stanley.
I hope that counts. It probably didn't. Whatever. Begin the game. The end is never, the end is never, the end is loaded. Oh.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on the desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day, every month.
My man's only using one hand.
And although others might have considered it soul-looking, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. Stanley was happy.
That it? Okay, yeah. We're never watching that
and then
again.
One day, something very peculiar happened.
Cool. Alright. So I know one ending is just...
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure.
Oh wait, it's
What
locked.
if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait.
If you hold both clicks, you just walk.
Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Out.
Oh.
Was past. Then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive.
Who's they?
Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Reset. Yeah. And is loading. Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Okay, let's get this
Stanley
done.
decided to go to the
Shut
meeting.
your mouth.
Perhaps he had simply missed him. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No, 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 no. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes,
Oh my...
almost certainly 50 clicks.
Bro.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417, okay. Yeah.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437, it's over here, right? Wait. 437, yeah.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415. So we'll go even further. 415.
Now, back to door number
Oh
437.
my god. Is it the copy machine after this? What do you say, 437?
Let's see. How about you click
Yeah.
on, well, I don't know, the copy machine? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Okay. 417. Oh yeah, that's over here, right? Yeah.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
This guy, right? Oh yeah.
Yes, this is great. You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416. That's over here.
We've almost got it. Now the copy machine, do that one again.
Okay. Yeah.
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430. Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
What was I thinking?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. So the big choice here. Do we obey first? Or do we disobey first? Let's just obey. Let's just obey. Fully obey, then we fully disobey.
Yet
But
there
I'll-
was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave
Wave
of
of
disbelief,
disbelief.
Stanley decided
Oh.
to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
No, we do that later.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yo.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once
Isn't it
again
like
stunned to
4187 or
discover not an
something?
indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who
Yeah.
orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret
What is it?
number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Oh my god, bro. 2, 8, 4, 5.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
Oh, damn.
Stanley
Uh,
had to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I don't know what's like ultra deluxe about this. This just looks like the Stanley Parable but better. Like, just better graphics, you know?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read,
I swear
Mines
that's
Control
different.
Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yes.
Now,
Where's
the monitors
mine?
jumped to
Oh,
life,
fired.
their true nature revealed. Each bore the
Fortress.
number
There we
of
go.
an employee in the
Oh.
building. Stanley's
Yeah, I'm gone.
coworkers.
Wonder
The lives
how
of so
that.
many
Wonder how
individuals
that
reduced to
came
images
to
on a
be, huh?
screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Wait, where's 420? Where's 420? 420, we did it, guys. Now we're 69. Probably about here, right? 69, we did it too!
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all
Yes.
this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yes.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Is it loading?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes.
Huh.
He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled
Yeah.
himself from someone else's command. Freedom was
Damn, that's
mere
going
moments
slow, bro.
away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still
Oh, I
lay
can't go back.
unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone?
Yeah.
How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him.
Yeah.
For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
Yo.
No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do.
Yo, we getting out of here, boys.
Whatever life
It's
he
only gonna
lives,
take
it
30
will
more
be
minutes.
his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
What if I don't? It's a nice house there. Damn, they really went into detail. Yeah, I'm gonna go get an Arizona right quick. Alright, well, I guess we have to walk through the door, since you cannot disobey him. Let's go!
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin,
Oh.
the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
And he looks up
And Stanley
and turns white.
was happy.
Yo, Arizona iced tea. Not sponsored. Beat the game. Alright. Okay, let's go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Y'all don't know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the monitor with the thing on it. There we go. Alright. And I think you can like see a guy there. Does this give you achievement too? Probably. I think it does.
All of his co-workers were gone.
And there's this ending.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
Yeah.
He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure.
No, I will not.
And its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No.
Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue.
Okay. My dog is screaming. So I will be right back. I love how we're not even 30 minutes into the stream, and it's already gone to shit. Alright, back to the game. No, close OBS, there we go.
In the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option?
Yes.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally.
What? That's new.
Great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
I've never heard that before. I think that's new.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the
Okay, it's all the same.
until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Wow, it just teleports you. Yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like, right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Okay. Get that guitar going,
There
my man.
once was a man named Stanley.
Yeah, I'm done. Let's go.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Okay, thought we could see someone. Okay, let's disobey him. Fuck you.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes,
Yeah.
truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Do I kill myself?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
Well, I'm the
You're
chance.
asking for me, I'm asking for this is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To
What, my
reach
wife?
out
My
to her.
girlfriend?
If you can truly place your faith in... Oh, no, you can't... Did you just unplug the phone? Now, that wasn't
That's new.
supposed to be a
No, no,
choice.
no,
How did
no.
you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I
Yeah!
didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
You actually pick it up.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of
wonder
these
how.
decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're
What?
not Stanley. You're a real person.
Nope.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch.
It's a comedy game.
I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
Wait,
Please
what?
observe this helpful
No, I don't want to.
instructional video.
I don't want.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most
Yeah, let's stop with
dangerous.
that.
For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people.
Oh.
Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
What does that mean? My goodness.
Excellent.
Is it 4? Okay,
Making
then.
choices on a regular basis is the
Bro.
best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
What the hell?
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Oh, okay then. Come on.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Okay. Oh my god, bro. Who's opening these doors? What the heck? Is there a sprint button?
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just
Don't even open this
you'll
door.
be fine.
Just open that one.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You fucked up.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Oh. Oh, good.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe
That's
after
okay.
everything we talked about that my story, you've destroyed my work.
Cool.
Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now.
Cool.
What am I supposed to do? Even if
Cry.
there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect?
I wanna go in
How
there.
can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely?
No,
To
no.
willingly destroy all of my work?
I want to play it still.
What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
Let me explore.
I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Oh, oh, oh. Go back, go back. What the hell?
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here in this pile of rubbish. With you, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed.
Okay.
It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground.
Sick.
What, did you think that would be funny? You
Yeah.
just had to see?
Yeah?
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley?
No.
He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Okay.
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're
No.
a child.
Okay, how does he know?
My story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... Behave exactly as Stanley
What?
would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly.
We are not
always
letting
putting
this
the
door
story
open.
first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, lid opened.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
What?
Behave exactly.
Oh
as
my god!
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task.
Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
All right. When
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
Is it just...
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing
I
responsibly.
think it's just gonna be infinite.
Always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fine.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of
Wow.
disbelief, Stanley
That's great.
decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Is this... No. No. Okay. What? This is
Stepping
different.
inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shark 115.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Nah, no second chances, no repeats.
You didn't mishear me, did you?
Nope.
Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a
Okay.
crucial step. Okay, fine, you're not gonna do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
What?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
What?
and two big door on his left.
Whoa.
Stanley? Hello? Hey? Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
Wait, that's an ending?
Walk through the door.
Oh well.
Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything alright? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. That
Is he
doesn't mean that you
moving?
can't be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please.
He doesn't have an idle animation.
Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, yeah? Okay. It's okay, okay. We need time to decide. I need to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Now's not the time. Fucking motorcycle guy.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to
Oh,
go to the
more
meeting
code.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Code. Nope. Oh!
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Ah, nah. I wanna go over here. Okay then. Wait. Okay, my man's got a load, bro. Oh! Oh.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Yeah.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Oh.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
I ain't seen new content yet.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Put those underwear.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
It's not moving.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh,
Okay.
There we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Let's go!
I have to say, Initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Yeah. Oh. Wait, what?
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Wait. I cannot. Only in here, really? What if you use them all up?
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
I'm gonna use all of them up. It might affect it later. Yo! Yo, look at this! Come on!
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
Yeah.
If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The
Nope,
Stanley
that could take a
Ultra
couple
Deluxe,
years.
Now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes.
Pretty good.
I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
We are falling here.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fans rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the
No.
game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
We get a choice. Okay, we don't get a choice. Please say it's still gonna be new. Oh yeah! Oh boy! 14. Yeah. Is this like part of that? Or
Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
nope.
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
Okay, fuck you.
Oh, never mind. You're not a dork.
Don't tell me it closes. It's just the normal game. Oh my god. Coffee nut? Ooh. Oh.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me
Yeah.
thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take
Hold up, is this about to become an RPG?
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, waste.
That is one of the endings. Stanley Parable deals tough choices. I'm up on the bench. Oh, I can.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable
a bunch of
anymore.
games I've ever played.
It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
The original remake. What's down here? Okay. That's probably Stanley. The red and blue doors.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
I can't go there. Serious room. I think that was in the original.
These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before.
What?
What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh, they're gonna suck. They're gonna be like 3 out of 10. No.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny.
Oh, come on, no.
With his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them. Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. But dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
No, it's just not everyone's cup of tea, you know?
What's this one got to say?
Name my birthday.
You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from
Oh, something's come out in the water.
reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's
Oh.
what I wanted today, and
It's a
always
building.
my motto. I'd do anything for the customers.
That's very Stanley
Yes,
Parable.
a skip button we shall have.
Sorry, where did the world go?
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time, everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. But the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction
have to skip
therefore
this?
becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue
10 minutes,
of
that was?
unnecessary verbal
Oh, you-
flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in... Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12
Holy
hours.
shit.
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep
Really?
pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here, and more than anything
It's gonna be
else,
like
I
a
don't...
week.
Oh, Stanley.
Oh,
Back.
what?
You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking, you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've all...
It's gonna be dark, right? Black.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you
What?
ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunity.
Nope, not dealing with this. It's gonna be dead. What? What's that mean? This is just getting depressing.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said,
This is sad. Can I just play the game?
The end is never the end, 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 is never the
Narrator? Oh, come on. Oh, wow. This is... No. Come on, I'm gonna be dead. What? How long have I been here? 1,000 years? I hate this. I actually hate this. I can't explain it, and I don't want to. No! Is this just a whole new planet? Okay. What is this? Wait. Okay, now. Dakota! Oh my god. Yo, if you want to pick my dog up, like, just please do it. No, no. Please say that's the end.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
New content.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Loading. Are we gonna...
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce
Ultra
the
deluxe.
first time ever,
Deluxe?
Stanley Parable 2.
What? What?
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. They could go in so many
Dakota,
different
just leave.
directions. This is what fans
Be quiet,
have
though.
truly been asking for.
So... okay.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Hear your name in the game?
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people.
Not
so
really.
With that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game.
You don't know my name, do you?
Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
So,
Nope.
I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this
Okay.
feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim.
Okay,
falling
that's
in
too
love
much.
and being
That's too
heartbroken
much.
as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim, watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
Sure.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
What if I don't? The door's closed, okay. Hey, what's up, guys? Jim here, playing the Stanley Parable 2.
You see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money.
No.
Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
I love this. This is great.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
You heard Jim the Key. Epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley?
Yeah.
Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Reassurance bucket. Infinite hole? Wait. I want to see the infinite hole. Whatever. Achievement, wow. Ah.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident?
Oh, this is
I'm
it.
developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
I don't believe you.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it
damn
will be
it.
fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen. What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Oh, come on!
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the
Yeah.
jump circle? Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Merch? Wait, Beast Squad. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't care. I want to see the infinite hole. Oh, here's the merch. Why would you need merch? I saw the new content. He has no dialogue. Wow. Please no screenshot.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Oh, I get to make a choice? I get well someday. That seems funny.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
I did not want that.
Maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
But I wanted the other one. It was funnier. That's new. Oh, collectibles. That's rotating. Oh my god. Yeah, 11 dB, there we go. Can you find them?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
What? There's 6 of these? There isn't 6 of them. I refuse to believe the fact
God,
that
it
there are
really
6
is
of them.
the worst when you collect everything in a video game, and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Settings. It's new to merge, so. Consistent quality with just the right amount of change. Just whole new. That's terrible. The baby's all grown up. Infinite chest. What did I not get? The infinite hole. It won't end. This is new screenshots. Oh. What? Okay then.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue on.
Okay.
Great. Now, I'm very excited
Oh,
to
there's
show
gonna be
you
a button
even
and not a
more of my
key.
ideas for the sequel.
Okay then. What if I just go back?
Okay, and I guess we're back in the hole now. Did you really need to see it again? I
Yeah.
don't know what else there is to say, Stanley. It's an infinite hole. It's exactly what you're doing right now, but forever. There really are so many other fascinating exhibits that I've prepared for you. I really spent quite a lot of time on all this, and I would very much like to show you some more of them. How about we go ahead and press that teleport
Is it
button
gonna be G again?
so we can get back to what's really important about...
What?
Oh, goodness. Well, this is rather embarrassing, Stanley. I'll be honest with you. I truly did not believe that anyone would actually stay in the hole long enough to hit the bottom. Yes, I know, I told you the hole was infinite, but come on. Who actually wants to fall forever? The hole was plenty deep. It was more than deep enough, in my opinion. Maybe it's you who likes falling too much.
I was
Maybe
waiting
you're
for you to
the
give me a
problem.
key.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why
didn't
don't
say
we just
anything.
put all this behind us and agree to just call the whole mostly infinite?
No.
If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Okay.
Oh, for heaven's You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there, goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole. I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about. And I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yeah. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The name of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
It's not working.
Is the teleport button not working? You sure?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
Wait.
You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of the time.
I mean, technically it's still an infinite hole, just time-wise, not length-wise. No. Wait. Oh. The secrets of the hole. Things. Oh, there's a mug. Yo. Is. Perception? Oh god. Oh. 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 Change yourself? Yo. Yo. He's upside down. What is this? Oh. Oh, that actually looks really good. Yay.
Stanley? Stanley?
Hey, we're...
Stanley!
Huh?
Good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, sir. Because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-poo.
No. No. Oh, sick. Oh, yay.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Where is it? Wait.
Come now. You've already made your choice. It's true that you chose badly, but we all have to move on from our mistakes.
Oh, you chose badly. Where's the hole again? Oh, here it is. You blocked it off. What else is there? B squared. B squared. What's K? The infinite hole. So like go through here and then here? Yeah, here we go. Reinsurance bucket. Sorry, reassure it. Yeah, reassurance bucket. Reassure me, bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical.
Well,
That
yeah.
it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it.
Not
Well,
despair, no.
I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the
Okay,
bucket
it's
is in your
3D.
arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Oh.
I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more awaits you in the Stanley Parable 2.
So I'm just holding it now.
Does Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game?
No.
That really should be an award if it isn't already.
No. What haven't I visited now? Settings. 3 is off recording. I've seen the epilogue. Collectibles, exit. Where is that? So I turn right and... Oh. Is that the exit? Yeah, exit. Oh, I accidentally hit Windows.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now? So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right.
Am I actually gonna play it?
Go ahead. Take a look.
Yo! Actually, let me do settings. Wow. Oh, it actually quit. Wow. Please tell me it loads from there. Please tell me it loads from there. Why do you want the time 12:38 p.m. 12:38. I don't know why that's like important or anything. Please. Okay. Why? A lot of people don't take that steps. Wait. It's not okay. I don't even have any. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. So you'll be cooperating next time you boot up the game. You'll see the screen. Just set the clock to your favorite time. Okay. Go ahead, pick whatever time if it's not correct. Okay. Oh wow, it does. Let's see here, Mr. Narrator.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee
I want to skip this, I'm sorry.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. At first, Stanley...
Sequels. Is this just the game now?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it?
Where is the bucket?
Stanley picked up the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Nah.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. A cargo lift, yes, good,
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and
It
he
is.
unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Don't.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke.
Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult.
It
I wish I
is.
were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's
Yes.
take a look.
Please say it's exactly like the other one.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies?
What?
And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds?
No.
Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing.
What?
To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamps. After all, with each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence, and to very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
God damn.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back. I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley. The bucket spoke. The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things. Here we go. You ready?
You best not.
Stanley and the bucket
You
came
best
to
not
the
open
two
that door.
doors. They entered the door on the left.
Okay, I thought I heard a third door. I'd like to go back.
What? We're back at the phone already?
What?
No, what's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land, well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing.
I'll take it.
I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think...
No.
I think I need to go
No.
back and rewatch that instructional
No.
video again. Yes,
No.
surely that will help me improve my...
No.
Here we go. You ready?
Okay.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No.
Okay,
Here
fine.
we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be
Well, I'm
ridiculed in
sorry.
the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Stanley, you not love the bucket so much it's like you... It's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are.
He doesn't have a bucket, I do.
Is it a delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so mental. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. Getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I meant to jokes. I need more instructional videos.
No, you don't.
That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
Is it? Yep. It's still the sequel.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm not taking it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Penalty for misuse of cargo for $1,000. You pay $5,000 to kill yourself. Okay.
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it.
No, that's pretty high. I'll just go back. You know.
Come on. I'm sure you'll survive the jump. Don't tell me you're scared. That's not the Stanley I know. Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it!
Oh. You really want me to die, huh? Oh. Some boxes here.
Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me.
What a dick.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided
Is
to
the
go to the
monitor
meeting
still
room.
here?
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, it resets. Bro. There you go. Easy. Wait. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else
I
is
just have to
difficult,
check, you know.
but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this
Cool.
time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stan. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove.
What did it say? No buckets beyond this point? Yeah, no buckets past this point.
That I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen
Yo.
carefully, this is important.
You found one of them.
one of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
What do you say, the red door?
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road
No.
you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I'd written out specifically for you? I don't
Yes.
think I put a lot of time into that, because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees?
No.
Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices?
No.
Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Oh, well, now this is useful. You didn't like it, but you didn't totally hate it either. You enjoyed it, perhaps is the correct term. It didn't cause you excruciating pain. Big steps we've made here today, Stanley. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look. Now,
What?
would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
2 seconds. Yeah, 3% shows the blue door. 98.9 players are more attractive than Stan. Oh wow, it's 7 hours. That's not correct. Okay. Don't you... Oh! Did I break it? I might have broken it. You know what? After a brisk 2 hours, I think I'm done. I've seen a lot. I'm good. For now. Tomorrow. Probably.